Hey, honey, I went live and it did the same thing again. Can you come over here, please? And it goes, shut off. It's not live right now while we're talking. Why does it keep happening every time to me? There's no open tabs, there's no nothing. Why? Ever since they did that thing. Can't do this every day. It's happened ever since they did that with the wire.
I don't know if there's anything to do with that.
Oh, okay. We could be live as we speak. Hey guys, like I said, technical difficulties every day. So what are we going to do? I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are here and hope you guys are here. I don't see any chats yet. So anyway, it's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the military, and mostly all our veterans who fought for our country. We got a great show lined up for you. It's Monday, April 14th. Let's go to work. Ocean's Pit. Technology, right, folks? How we doing? Hope you guys are having a great week, a Monday. That's what it is. And better yet, I hope you had a great weekend. I certainly did, and I hope you guys all did too. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. It's our 5-year anniversary coming up May 7th. Who knew we'd be around that long, huh, folks? Let's get right to business with our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. All our good friends from Ace, small engine repair, free pickup and delivery, free diagnosis fee, and all tune-ups. Just save $55 for the entire month of April. Scotch mulch, lowest price of season, only $2.99 bag per bag, red, brown, black, available. That's right. How about your Ego battery power free battery event with purchase of any Ego power 56-volt select cut, touch, drive, self-propel lawnmower. Free battery as well, folks. Or the Ego battery power free battery event with a purchase of an Ego power 56-volt 765 handheld blower. 16-inch string trimmer. Free battery, folks. That's all great stuff happening at Ace Hardware. And take their stores getting their grilling sensation. They have a large variety of grills on display with free assembly, delivery, all grill purchases, $3.99 and up. That's right, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. All right, so it's Monday. It is April 14th, and I love when you guys tune in. We got a great week coming up. Tomorrow, of course, is Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. Wednesday, we got my good buddy Jeff Hunt from Seventh Heaven. We always have the members of Seventh Heaven on, and you can see all the dynamic stuff that happens when the band's playing live. Well, how about all the backstage stuff and everything you need to get that show ready? and Jeff Hunt will be joining us before he takes his little mini tour that he's going to be doing when he's leaving on Wednesday. So he'll be our guest. And then Carol Brandolino comes back on Thursday. And we're working on a special guest for Friday, I think right out of Nashville, Tennessee. So it's good. We are here today and a lot going on. Let's just start off, folks, by thanking everybody that showed up to Chicago Prime Steakhouse on Friday. It was great seeing all the regulars there. My good buddy Jeff, thank you, Jeff, and Wendy and Craig, Wendy Thompson, come up and sing some songs. Double T, Tony Toto did an incredible job. I also want to thank my good buddy Michael from Industrial Drive, who was our guest on Friday, promoting his band and everything that he's got going on. Interesting guy, huh? He's done a lot of stuff, very witted, very knowledgeable with a lot of stuff. So it was great seeing Michael on Friday. Thank you. Now, Saturday was a private event for us. And we were at the Shea Hotel in brand new Shea Hotel in Arlington Heights. And we just, again, congratulations, John and Jessica Plasegli. It was a beautiful wedding, folks. And of course, I want to thank John and Phyllis, the mom and dad, for hiring us. I went to school with John. So it was great seeing some great friends there. What a beautiful, and Randy Sutter, Randy putting everything together. Randy used to be the guy in charge of the Cafe La Cave, and he's a wedding planner. So it was a great event. It had maybe about 300 people. But it just was a great turnout. And we want to thank the band, the Main Event Band. I want to thank, of course, Jerry Jams, Double T, Tony Toto, Danny Ramondi. We had a good buddy Dante on keyboards and background vocals. And, of course, we had the lovely, talented Daniela Croco from the Jersey Girls. So it was a great event, and we want to thank everybody for that. It was a lot of fun. It's nice when you do private events because then you're not playing in the regular public eye and then people miss you on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Then Sunday, we went right back to Ronald Nesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy for Sinatra Sunday. I want to thank my good buddy Daryl Armenstadt for that. Palm Sunday, we had a nice crowd there. It was very, very crowded, and it was good. So it was a lot of fun. But today, you guys are here with us. We got a busy week. Thursday, we'll be at Bella Notte in Lisle. It's our second time coming back there with my good pal, of course, Dave Calderon will be joining us. And Dave he's a great singer from Jilly's, and now he's going to be with me again. So we're going to do that on Thursday. Friday, we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock with Daryl Armenstadt. And Saturday, Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy with the Main Event Band, Jerry Jams, Tony Toto, and Daryl Armenstadt on Saturday. So we're keeping ourselves busy, folks. This Friday is Good Friday this time, folks. And like I was saying last Friday when I thought it was Good Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse on Friday has great fish selection as well, if you guys aren't eating meat because of the Good Friday. And then, of course, this Sunday we'll be off Easter Sunday celebrating with our family. I have an early brunch this Easter Sunday. All right, let's get to some other stuff here, folks. What do we have here? All right. National Pet Day was this past weekend. So give your big pets a big hug. Store day. How many people remember going to record stores? I used to love going to record stores. I remember I'd wait for to go to the Flip Side or go to Rolling Stone Records, like on Wednesdays, whatever it was new release. And you'd have to go up and down all the aisles to make sure you didn't miss anything. Then you have to go to the back for the bootleg section and to see if any of your favorite bands, anything live out or bootleg out. And I just loved record store days. And the vinyl, I'm glad it's coming back. It's been back, so it's kind of cool for that, which I think is very cool. How many people remember record stores, huh? Let's see who's watching this morning. Okay, there's Jack and Michelle Ramondi. How you guys doing? Happy belated birthday, Jack. If you're watching, hope you had a couple shots. We have to get together with the family, have some drinks. Ryan, how you doing? Joanne, up you a week early. Yeah, that's right. That was last week. You're right. I made a mistake last week. But now, this Friday is definitely Good Friday. Richard Hamlin, Ronnie B. What's shaking, everybody? Randy with the curly hair. Yeah, Randy was used to take care of the Cafe La Cave. Me and Randy go back many, many years. Great guy. Emo from Florida. How you doing? There's Double T. General Buddy. Hope you're feeling better. Kathy Apolito all the way from California. Yeah, everything is good. Daryl Armenstadt. Great job Sunday. Emo. All right, guys. So what we're playing, hey, look, I couldn't believe this show lasted. It's been 5 years. and we've been trying to do actually it was March 20th or March something when we actually did the first show 5 years ago in 2020 during the flu or the pandemic, however you want to call it. But anyway, now it's 5 years later, ladies and gentlemen, and we're still alive and kicking. And I thank you, wonderful people who take the time and watch it religiously every day, whether you're watching it at noon or you're watching it later on in the day or when you're watching whatever. I need to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I need to thank, of course, all the sponsors that have been with us from the very beginning. I want to thank all our guests that we've had and just people that watch all the time. So we're going to do a bash. We're going to do a big bash. We want you all to be there. You need to mark it down on your calendar, folks. It's going to happen Wednesday night, May 7th. Wednesday night, May 7th. I put it on Facebook today. I put it on all social media outlets. It's going to happen at the Village Tavern, one of the great restaurants there in Schaumburg off of Wise Road. It's going to be a special 2-hour live remote. And not only am I having former guests on and celebrities and special guests stopping by, but of course we got my wife, Laura Ocean, coming back to the fold. She'll be joining us for that special 2-hour live remote. It's from 6 p.m. to 8, so you guys can come right from work and it's Carol Brandolino will also be there from Twisted Tuesday. I'm going to have some of my old guests coming, some prizes we will announce closer to the actual date. Now, and they're kind enough, the Village Tavern is kind enough to give everybody who's going to be there watching the Ocean's Pit show. So you have to sit in the back, make the reservation there so you get close to where we're going to be. That live, we want you all to be part of the live remote. Like they did last time, they give away chicken fingers and French fries. The place went up for grabs. And not only that, we're going to give some prizes out. We're also going to give away some free cocktails. We're going to give away some free cocktails with those chicken fingers and French fries. So you need to come by Wednesday, May 7th at the Village Tavern in Schaumburg, Tony Ocean's Pit 5-year reunion bash with my co-host, of course, my lovely wife, Laura Ocean. And like I said, Carol Brandolino will be joining us and former guests and sponsors. It's going to be a big bash. So write it down. We want you all to be there. We made a lot of good friends, Robert. Yes, we did in 5 years. And I think when we started, when I met you, Robert, I never met you. I met you on the show. And then we later met you in Lake Geneva, of course. And then we've been great friends ever since. So I appreciate your friendship all these years. And everybody else, Mr. Antonelli, how you doing, brother? Now tonight, my friend Jeff Hunt, who's been a fireman for years, and now, of course, he's been with Seventh Heaven for I don't know how many years. He got a new job. He's got a job driving some celebrities around. I think he's driving. I don't know the guy's name, but he's driving. He's like the Spanish. The Mexican-Spanish Justin Bieber, and he's touring the country, and Jeff's going to be their driver, so he leaves on Wednesday. So we're taking him out tonight to Real Time Sports to give him a little send-off. If you're in the area, stop on by. We're going to be there about 5:30 to kick off the little bash for Jeff before he leaves, and then he comes back in June. So, but we're going to have him on the show on Wednesday, just to good. So, and also for all you veterans out there, on Monday, the 28th of May, we're going to be at the VFW in Bloomingdale. We're going to give you details on that. And we're going to set up and do a live remote there on the 28th. It's going to be a Monday of May, and just try to interview some veterans and I'd like to hear what some of these people, some of these men and women have to say from the years after fighting for our country and how they've been treated and what they're doing now and what, maybe some of their favorite presidents were and what do they think of everything that's going on now. So we want to do that. You got to love those chicken fingers. It's going to be good. So you got to call, make a reservation to say you want to be part of the Ocean's Pit live remote. Where are they going to be sitting? Not that many tables. It'll be probably around. So get there a little earlier because the party starts at 6. So we're going to get there, of course, a little earlier, set up and everything. But May 7th, Wednesday night, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited about that. All right. Now, when you guys collect stuff, Louis Pipes is in the house. What's up, my brother? I hope you're doing well. Maybe we can see Louis there coming to our 5-year anniversary bash. Like I said, a lot of guests, a lot of surprises. It's going to be very cool. So let's get to another quick sponsor, folks, because we have so much to talk about in this hour that we're here, folks. You know, we got real estate at its finest. Let's talk about my good friend, Mary Grievous. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, folks. M. Grievous at starkre.com. That's right. She's available to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. That's give her a call at 630-688-1725. And also, Mary books the NTD Vacations Cruises and Vacations if you need a travel agent. We're going to be making an announcement very soon, ladies and gentlemen, about the new 2026, January 2026 cruise, Chicago Music Cruise. We're about a couple days away to make the big announcement when the next cruise will be. We know it's going to be in January. We know it's going to be 2026. We know you're going to get some great deals going to NTD Vacations. We got months to promote it, months to save up, months to join us on the Chicago Music Cruise. Now, we know Tony Ocean, the main event band, will be there. We also know Seventh Heaven, because they're the ones that put it all together. And it's going to be very interesting. So I'm excited about this one, especially it's January. Finally, you get Laura to come finally, because she couldn't come to one in March. So hopefully you guys can all jump on board and join us on that. All right. If you collect stuff, how many years you collected baseball cards, comic books, beer cans, shot glasses, ashtrays, right? But you think of some of this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, years later, it's worth a lot of money. Okay. I have a guy. He has Hot Wheels. He collected Hot Wheels his whole life. Okay. His whole life, Hot Wheels. So far, he had 4,500 Hot Wheels. Now, I watch a show called Collector's Call. I think it's on the W channel or MeTV or something like that. And they had the girl, Lisa, what's her name, from Facts of Life. She's the host, and she goes to people's homes who have these collections, whether they're Barbie dolls or comic books or whatever it is. I mean, it's a great show. And they had some guy that had the Hot Wheels was on last week or whatever it was. I don't think it's the same guy that sold his collection, because I don't think his collection was worth over millions of dollars, his collection. But this particular collection, Hot Wheels, the guy sold it 4,500 pieces of Hot Wheels. Okay. He sold it from $20,000 he got. $20,000. Sold his whole collection of Hot Wheels. So I'm sure you guys probably, I don't know if you guys probably still have collections of stuff that you're not going to get rid of. Some people won't part with their collections, but some people will. You know, it's amazing what some of that stuff in great condition, in the original box, you know, movie posters. I mean, it's cool. So I don't know if you guys actually collect out there. How many people do collect? 5 years. That's right, Ryan. Absolutely, buddy. So I don't know if you guys actually collect anything. I collect stuff, but I don't have anything that's really worth a lot. Probably the most things that's probably worth the most, I believe. I have a Derek Jeter Yankees jersey. I have Mariano Rivera, signed by Mariano Rivera from the New York Yankees. I got some. Yeah, that's right, Richard. One man's junk is another man's junk. Well, yeah, because you never know. So, you know, and I love New York Yankee stuff. I've got a whole bunch of Yankee stuff. So I think that's the most. I mean, I've got some Rat Pack lighters. I got some stuff that might be worth something. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I think we all have something. Roseanne Caputo, hello, my dear friend. I hope you're doing well. So, like I said, if you have some of that old stuff, you might want to look and you want to get rid of some of that stuff, because it's worth a lot of money. Vintage stuff, if it's in good condition, is worth a lot of money. Packy's in the house. I have Small Beers helmets signed by the Bucket. Okay, there you go. See, there's some good stuff there, man. You should really look into it if you're looking to buy stuff like that. All right, you're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. What else we got over here? Our prayers go to Ray Captain. Of course, he was the man behind the Italian Village restaurant in the city of Chicago, who's passed away. Our prayers go out. The Italian Village was one of the great Italian restaurants downtown Chicago. We just lost him this past weekend. Emo, my mother didn't throw anything. My baseball cards, I would have been a millionaire. Also, comic books, Superman, Superboy, Betty, Veronix. Yeah. I did sell an Australian coin for 2,500. I'm telling you, man, go into your closets, go into stuff that you still might have, and you go to the right places, you can sell this stuff for big money. If it's worth something, if it's in good condition. But like I said, Hot Wheels, 4,500, 20 grand. I don't know. You probably paid more than that for these Hot Wheels, but still at an older age, getting some of this money for your retirement or, to give to your grandkids or something like that, I think it's kind of cool too. Congratulations to the Chicago Cubbies beating the Los Angeles Dodgers 16-0. Of course, after I looked into a little bit more, some of those runs, like in the 8th inning, whenever it was, they kept that pitcher. They didn't want to make a pitcher change. They wanted to finish the inning off 16-0, and it's the worst franchise lost in Dodgers history. Chicago Cubs. Wow, interesting. Patrice, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Nina, I hope you're doing well. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Speaking of Chicago Cubs, prayers go out to Ronnie Woo Woo, their mascot. I guess he's not doing too good health-wise, so let's give it up our prayers for all Ronnie Woo Woo and all you Cub fans out there. Also, we lost another great sports idol, but this is in basketball, NBA. Debbie Mutombo, I can't even pronounce this poor guy's name, but this guy was huge, a great basketball player for many, many years. I mean, he dropped dead in front of his wife and kids. Mutombo. Yeah, I mean, imagine dropping dead. Dropping dead is one thing, but dropping dead in front of your wife and kids, that's got to be horrifying to the kids. Good morning, by the way. I should put some ice in that vodka. Ooh. Anyway, let's get to some other stories here. All right. You get a chance, you're going to die. You're going to jail. You get arrested. You did a crime, and you're going to die. You get a choice. Electric chair. I know it sounds crazy, but let's just think outside the box. You get electric chair, lethal injection, or firing squad. That is the question today, because it came up on social media about a guy who got the electric chair. And another guy wanted the fire. It was two guys. One got the electric chair. One guy wanted to get firing squad. Marsha, it was great seeing you and Yolanda on Friday. There it is. Richard, step up. And happy birthday, Richard. Belated birthday to your mom. 4,005 Hot Wheels, 20 grand is about four. Yeah, there you go. Larry, I hope you're doing well. All right, so Larry says firing squad. Buddy says lethal injection. How would you want to die? If you had the choice, I'm talking about you got arrested, you did something bad. To do something bad, you had to do really something bad to get the firing squad or lethal injection or fire or electric chair. Lethal injection, no pain. Okay, so Emo says we got 2 for lethal injection. We got 1 firing squad. Here's your choices, guys. If you're just joining in, the question is, if it came to that point where you had to die in jail, firing squad, lethal injection, or electric chair. Richard says all three at the all three at the same time. Well, then for sure you'll go down. Kathy says lethal injection. I don't know about the electric chair. I don't think, for me, I think I'm out on that one. Carol Minotti, I hope you guys are doing well. So I wouldn't want the electric chair for me. Firing squad, if they shoot me, if they're a good shot and they get me right, that I'm going to die instantly, I can do the firing squad. And of course, lethal injection is probably another one that I would do, but definitely not the electric chair. That's just, imagine having to, put it this way, you're in jail, your life is over anyway. If you got life in jail, who knows what kind of, some of these country clubs you can go to that are jails now. But I'm talking about this is the choice, buried in the desert and have red ants eat you alive. Okay. Robert, what have you been drinking this morning, my good friend? Put you out in the desert with some honey or bee honey on your head and let the ants eat you? That's how you want to go? Put MAGA 47 says, put me in a 4x4 room with your mother-in-law. Oh, well, my mother-in-law was fantastic. She's not with us anymore. You mean you're an average mother-in-law? Well, that's a different story. I don't know. I can't listen. I've been fortunate to have nice mother-in-laws, so I wouldn't want to do that. Jay, how you doing from St. Louis? What's up, brother? How about skydiving? Oh, Carol, now that's one. Skydiving without a parachute. Now, put it this way. Hanging until in cold blood. Okay. Whew. You guys are brutal. Where are you guys coming up with this shit? All right. Now, parachute, provided you're going to go in somewhere where you're going to die instantly. Because if you're off in a parachute and you jump off a plane with no parachute and you land in some trees and you can't get down, you're going to die anyway. Right? Or if you go in the ocean, you can drown and eat. I don't want to drown. I hate that. So let me get hit like by a mountain, a rock or something so I die instantly. That'd be a different story. Great topics that we talk here during lunch. All right. It's like, yeah. All right. Let's see. And we're talking about some crazy shit, but what about this? And this is according to Twitter, X. 55. Now listen to this. This is how crazy this is. This is how crazy this world has come to. 55% of the people on the left side, the leftists, saying assassinating President Donald Trump would be justified. This is what the craziness in this world right now, that 55% of Americans are saying this. They'll be justified. What is wrong with you people? Do you realize you're talking about the death of a human being? And you're also talking about the death of a president of the United States? You know, he has a family, he has children, kids, people that care about him. You want somebody dead? That's absolutely nuts. Even though we were for the we were always going for Trump, and we wanted Trump to be president. We didn't want Kamala and them guys. We wanted them just to leave. We wanted Joe Biden to leave and retire and live his happy life. We don't want them. It's crazy. Not crazy. Boyd, I'm just telling you what it says. Remember, guys, this is just on social media. And I believe that Boyd is right on that. But this is X. And usually they're pretty good on some of their stuff that comes out of there. But it's a sad world that somebody wants somebody dead. You know what I mean? Out of office, get rid of, whatever you want to do. That's understandable. But death? It's mind-boggling. And unfortunately, the way this world is right now, ladies and gentlemen, nothing surprises me. Nothing. I can't say like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. Or, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Right? Now, years ago, we would do that. We would be watching TV or listening to something on the radio. Oh my God. Now when this shit happens, it's like, oh, okay. Because it's so crazy in this world. It is so nuts. And how divided people are over human beings. It's just crazy. It's very sad. It's very sad. Very, very sad. All right. Let's go to another topic. How about a good topic? This is going about the state of California. If you're getting married in California and you need a witness to make sure that you got married in California, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know your dog could be a legal witness? He can actually sit there, watch you guys get married, and it's legit. And why not have your best friend, the dog? Why not? I think that's fantastic. I think they should have that in all over the world. You can have your dog as a witness. You can have your dog as a best man. You can have your dog as a maid of honor. I think they are. I think that's great. Who are they, Tony? It's just on X, buddy. X. It's on social media. X, which is used to be Twitter. So you can look that up. Under leading report. Anyway, so how about having your dog? Isn't that amazing as your witness? I think that's fantastic. And you can do it legally in California. I don't know. I don't think you can do it in can you do it in Illinois? I know. I'm going to tell you something. I've done a lot of crazy weddings. If Captain's actually watching, Captain will know. If Cap, now wait a minute. California might be a little screwed up there, MAGA 47. I agree with you there. But this is we're talking about the dog. We're talking about dogs. Why not have your best friend? A dog to a lot of family, to a lot of people are family members. So why not have your dog as your witness? I think it's fantastic. Or having your dog as your best man. I'm going to tell you, I don't know if Captain, if you still watching, Captain, this is years ago. And I swear to you, Captain hired me, Captain Rick, hired me to do, he called me, wanted me to do a wedding. I said, cool. It's an aunt's wedding, if I'm correct. And okay, I have this book. I have this in the book as it's a wedding coming up. It's going to be a gig. I got it in the book. And as I get closer to the gig, I find out more details and stuff like that. But I think the day of or the night before, my whole band knew, everybody knew but me, that 2 dogs were getting married. So I remember when Captain calls me up and says, Tony, I got to tell you something. Now, this was a high-class wedding. Red carpet. I think Gibson's catered. I mean, it was huge. And when he said, the dogs are getting married, I go, somebody's that ugly? No, real dogs. Believe it or not, they had an Elvis impersonator, and they had like the middle piece, when you're on the table of all this great big dog basket with treats and cookies and all that stuff for the dogs. It was amazing to me. And I was like, wow. And they didn't know how I was going to react when they said you're doing a wedding. It was fantastic. But it was great. 2 dogs actually got married, and they walked down the aisle, did the whole procession thing. It was actually kind of cool. Kim Peterson LeFew. Hello, my dear friend from In Session. Yeah, I love the idea. You won't find a more loyal companion. I agree with you 100%. 100%. It was a great night, right, Richard? We had a lot of fun that night, and it was cool. All right, so we talked about dogs. We're talking about this. We're talking about that. Renting or buying? Now, I would love to have my wife's opinion on this. How many people actually rent and how many people actually own their own homes? I would like to find that out. I believe sometimes, to be exactly, where do the dogs go for their honeymoon? Buddy, that's a good question. You'll have to ask Captain Rick. You might want to do that. Boyd said, I've never seen Alpo on the menu at Morton's. It wasn't Morton's. I think it was Gibson's, but you're right. There was no Alpo. It could have been the gravy train. You remember the commercial where the dog would chase the wagon underneath into the cabinet? No, this was, I'm telling you, Boyd, guys, I'm going to tell you something. This wedding was probably more high class than a lot of weddings I've done in the past. I mean, there was money was no object. These 2, I mean, they had an Elvis there. They had us performing. They had, Gibson's was catering. I mean, it was top-notch dog wedding. These dogs were like, they were people. And let's be honest now, you dog lovers out there, we all know we treat our dogs like people, like our kids. So it was a fantastic. Thank you. There you go, Richard. $40,000 for that wedding. Now, that was 20 years ago. $40,000 is still a lot of money now. But back then, it had to be 25 years ago, right, Cap? At least I'm thinking 20 years ago. So it had to be that big. And it was so classy, and it was so cool. I own my home, and I rent out of state. All right, Larry, there you go. Ended up in the doghouse. There you go. Own my house and car. I own a condo, 3 bedrooms to watch. I think in one way owning is great. Of course, you want to own your home. But I think sometimes renting might not be a bad idea either. My sister, she rents. She's been renting for years. So she has no If anything goes wrong, they come and fix it. They don't have to worry about the lawn. They don't have to worry about the snow. They don't have to worry about that. It's taken care of. Dog, yeah, there you go. Could have been doggy style. I know, you just had to do it, right? I mean, dog wedding, why not? It was funny because all the dogs were sitting around the tables and stuff. It was really cool. Anyway, that was really cool. Yeah, but I think to buy, I think it's a good move. I don't know. It's really in between right there. It's like 50-50. I think a lot of people own their own homes. People say if you rent, you're wasting your money because you have nothing at the end. But who knows, man? Thank you. The government still owns your property. Remember that. You might own the house that you built it on, but a lot of times you're absolutely right. MAGA 47. I agree with you on that one. So renting or buying is going to be a question that is going to always be in people's minds when they're talking about certain topics. And talking about renting and talking about buying, let's talk about investing. You want to invest, you got to do it right with Imperialux. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, and making your dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson, Greg Cogman help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give them a call at 630-890-1213. That's in becoming your own bank in Imperialux. Well, my good friend Wendy and Craig, great seeing you guys on Friday. Give them a call, because you might be able to save and become your own bank. Start earning some money, helping you out. All right, so it's that time again, folks, and you know what time it is for? It's time for the JRC Ace Hardware Minute, brought to you by JRC Aceware Hardware Stores. It's the weather for Monday, April 14th. 57 degrees out there. Feels like it's 54. Humidity is 46% right now. Winds are 17 miles per hour. It is a beautiful sunny day out here today. And that minute is brought to you by the J Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. So a lot of different topics to talk about today. A lot of different stuff. Also, let's get back real fast to sports. There is my buddy Jerry Jams. Great seeing Jerry. Great job you all did. The band did a great job this Saturday. Again, we just, like we said at the top of the hour at the Ches Hotel for the Bisegli wedding. It was very cool. All right. Another topic we're going to hit on, folks. And I agree now. I'm not that much. I'm into sports. I do follow my Knicks. They're going to go to the playoffs. They're playing the Pistons Friday in the first round of the playoffs. But of course, and I love football and basketball and everything like that. And of course, baseball, my Yankees. But I was listening to Shaq O'Neal, former world, champion, right, for the Lakers for so many years, and the Heat. But he said something that made a lot of sense. He was saying that LeBron James right now is lasting as long as he's lasting in his career because the NBA has been soft. And whether you're a LeBron James fan or not, whether you follow basketball or not, there was always that comparison between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Is Michael Jordan a better basketball player? He's won more championships than LeBron, but I think overall, I think LeBron's a better basketball player because he's also been playing longer than Michael. And what Shaq was saying made a lot of sense because the league is so soft now. Before, when you seen Michael play, you had those Pistons. These players were getting hit. The fouls didn't happen. I mean, they were getting hit. And when the Pistons and the Knicks played, and they played each other, or when the Knicks played the Bulls, and the Pistons played the Bulls, and they beat them all those years, boom, 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 boom. The league was much tougher back then, and it's got so soft. And I agree with Shaq. That's my opinion. Kim, according to Klaus Schwab, you'll own nothing and be happy. Good point about renting. You're right. You own nothing. You have no responsibility. You just got to come up for that payment of the month. So To some degree, I agree with you when it comes to buying or renting. Thank you, Kim, for that. David Michael says Mike J, probably most popular. Michael Jordan was definitely the most popular. Not only Michael was going to be, Michael does have more class to some degree. And here's something that you don't forget. Another thing that you guys aren't, listen, wasn't that much social media when Michael was around. So let's put Michael in the social media world where everything he says or does, the gambling that he did and all the trouble he got into, imagine Facebook and all that stuff being around during the Michael Jordan era when he was playing and the way he thought, the way he thinks and everything like that. LeBron's got all the social media, so everything he says, whatever, is all over the world with the social media. Michael didn't have that, so let's see. People say he was a better class of guy. I don't know. I met Michael a few times. Wasn't very nice. Wasn't very nice. You know, he probably gets bothered all the time. So who knows? That's going to be a question. Yeah, that's going to be around forever. Like who came first, the chicken or the egg? I mean, that's to me, that's what it seems like. You're going to have so many people with so many different opinions. Okay, now here's another sad thing we're talking about in this crazy world that we live in. Approximately 54% of American adults read at the level of a sixth grader. 54% of Americans, adults, some of them can't even read. Or they do read, it's like, you know, look, I have a horrible time pronouncing. I have a hard time reading stuff and pronouncing shit. But 54%, and these are adults we're talking about. Now, you even know the kids of these days, half of them can't even read. They don't even read or tell time. They don't look at the watch. They couldn't look at a watch and tell the time because everything is on their phone now. It tells you what time it is. You don't have to guess. Thank you, David. Michael had Nike. Absolutely. Right, Boyd? Rodman? Oh, Lambeer, you loved them, right? You loved them. They were great. And then when Rodman became a Bull, everybody loved him. But they all hate. But, you know, thanks to Rodman, they won a lot of those championships because of Rodman, along with Michael, too, of course, and the whole team. But, yeah. But some of these kids, you know what I found out? There's some sad news. Ross, Dress for Less. They're going filing for bankruptcy. Looks like they'll be closing a lot of their stores. I like that place. You can find some good stuff there. They said they will be shut down, all of them in the United States. They're filing for bankruptcy for the first time. Well, there's a lot of companies that file for bankruptcy and somebody buys them and puts them right back up in power again. So I would hate to see that place go. Which movie made you go, what the fuck did I just watch? You got to ask yourself. Back when you bought a house, you remodeled it, generations went, already done. Yeah, good point there, Jerry. All right. What name a movie that you watched it and go, what the fuck did I just watch? I would have to tell you guys one time in my life, and you know how much I love movies, I walked out of the movie theater. The movie was so bad that I can't even remember the name of it, but I do remember Keanu Reeves was in it. It was so bad that I walked out of the movie theater, like halfway. Oh, The Matrix. The Matrix with Keanu Reeves. Horrible. I looked at it and go, what the hell did I just watch? Now you say Tom Cruise and 4th of July. I thought it was a good movie. Oh, there you go. You walked out of that too? I can't even pronounce that. What is it? Anora? I don't even know that was a movie. Spaceballs. Oh my God. Spaceball. Matrix was so bad. So that was the time I looked, I go, what the fuck did I just watch? What did I just pay money to see? Horrible. The worst movie I've ever seen. Had to be. I would rather watch Gunga Din with John Wayne when he played John Wayne in Gunga Din Oh no, he played Genghis Khan. Excuse me. John Wayne in one of his movies played Genghis Khan. Was better than Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. I'm not saying Keanu Reeves is a bad actor. Just the movie I just didn't get. You didn't like A Writ Thin Line? Okay. Kobe spoke Italian perfectly. Yes, he did. Won Best Picture of the Academy Awards this year. Oh, okay. Well, not The Matrix. That's what I have to say. Tomorrow's the 15th of April. You know what that is? It's tax day. Income tax is due tomorrow. Tax day. Don't forget. Pulp Fiction. Okay. I didn't care for that movie either, Cap. Didn't care for that movie either. All right. Inflation. Here's another thing now. We're going to start ruffling some feathers. Let's start doing it. Inflation. At this particular time. Inflation. This particular time, when President Joe Biden was president of the United States, we are at 5% inflation. Right now with Donald Trump, we're 1.9%. Proven inflation right now. It's getting better. Slowly but surely, it's getting better. Look at the facts. Crazy, right? Jean Marsh has just passed away, folks. She was a British actress. She was in the TV show Upstairs, Downstairs. She passed away at the age of 90 years old. Jean Marsh. If you watch those British TV shows, she was an actress. And I love watching those shows. Substance, bad movie. There's another one. Started with the scene, script, embarrassing on the plane. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's all bad ones all the time, right, folks? You know, you got to worry about, look at this. Now, we're just talking about two things with China right now. Two things with China. You like that? That was funny? It's only facts, my friend. Facts. I can tell my stocks are up. That's all I can tell. And my eggs weren't expensive when I bought them. And gas by my mom's is not that expensive. Much cheaper than it was 4 years ago. So to me, that works. All right. China. Guys got to watch China. They have a high-speed machine gun that they invented, okay? Shoots records of 450,000 rounds per minute. Per minute. And these weapons are just getting more and more intense as we're getting more crazy in this world, man. Oh, yeah, Hollywood's losing money. Yeah, they are. A lot of that. I agree with you on that one. Also, listen to this. A Chinese restaurant closed down after roasted duck turns out to be street pigeons. Restaurant in Los Angeles closed down because they serve roasted duck to, you know, people want to get some roasted duck, I guess, and they found out it was street pigeons. Folks, you never know, man. You never know what you're going to eat. I hate to sound, I hate to sound this way, but I don't know. Cat, dog, now street pigeons or roasted duck. I don't know. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. Los Angeles, they closed this Chinese restaurant down. Today's National Scrabble Day. Maybe you should play Scrabble. I used to love playing Scrabble when you try to make up the words and you think you would try to fool your opponent that that's an actual word, but it isn't. National Scrabble Day. National Robert Day. For anybody named Robert out there, General, it's your day today. Anybody else named Robert out there? Happy Robert Day. Gotta love it. I didn't realize this. I don't know if you've seen this. You know what I just seen? And I didn't see it, but I heard it was there. Did anybody see a pink moon? It said April 12th or 13th. There was supposed to be like a pinkish moon. I didn't see it because I got this message a little too late. Because today's the 14th. So it would have happened this past weekend. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see it. It all tastes like chicken, right, Scott? Scott Hall, you're absolutely right. It all tastes like chicken. I hope you're doing well, buddy, Scott. So did anybody see that pink moon? I don't know. 12, 13, I think, whatever. Egg beaters. We're talking about everything. All it takes is one round. Good point. Good point. If it's a good shot, you're absolutely right, my friend. Egg beaters, everything's been recalled. Every day that we're on this show, or every other day that we're on this show, something else is getting recalled. It's happening more and more and more and more and more. Egg beaters now, Bob Evans brand, have been recalled all over the United States. I had some. I had the carton and the thing, and I already used it once because I like egg beaters too, as well as regular eggs. And then I used it once, and then I see this, I end up throwing it away. But it's crazy. There you go, blood moon. Okay, so pinkish blue blood moon. Okay, I can see that. Yeah. Crazy. If you're into stocks, now we were talking about stocks, we're talking about inflation, Bitcoin. A lot of people are buying this Bitcoin, and they've been buying it for years. Will hit $1 million by 2029. Bitcoin. If you're investing in Bitcoin, should be interesting. Congratulations to Roy McIlroy, am I pronouncing that right? He won the Masters. I don't follow golf whatsoever, so I couldn't tell you anything. But he won the green jacket, the Masters, Grand Slam. So congratulations, Roy. It's a big deal for people who like golf. I'd like to hit all our topics, about everything. So I don't want to leave anything out. Portillo's going to start serving breakfast. You hear about this? Portillo's is going to start serving breakfast. Right now, only at 5 locations. So you want to Google, you want to see what breakfast Portillo's has, you might want to Google and find out if there's a Portillo's near you that's going to be serving breakfast. Only 5 locations. Portillo's breakfast. I bet you it'll be pretty good. I mean, their food is good. We know that. New York chicken. There you go, Boyd. Absolutely. Okay. This is what I like. Trying to, some of these social media things, trying to get the younger generation to stop getting on some of this social media stuff. Their baby, until they get to a certain age. Okay, now there you go. David said, "Screw Portillo's." Okay, some people don't like Portillo's, but I'm just letting you know. 1 Bitcoin is $85,000. There you go. It's expensive. You're right. But it could be worth something. I did when I got out of the shower, looked in the mirror. All right, here it is, folks. So we're trying to keep kids off different social media outlets. Here we go. Now, kids under the age of 16 will no longer be allowed to live stream on Instagram without parents' consent. I love that. This is Instagram. What they need to do, not only Instagram, they need to do it on TikTok. They need to do it on X. They need to do it on Facebook. They need to do it on every social media. No kid should be allowed to live stream without a parent's consent. I agree that 100%. And right now with Instagram. There you go. Breakfast menu, Chicago Canal Street. Okay. Elmhurst, Tinley Park. There you go, Jerry. Thank you, Shorewood. So there's our locations Jerry posted where you can get breakfast, Portillo's breakfast. Hi, Tony, the coach here. Marion is hopefully med. Oh, she's doing better. She's struggling. Wait to see you live at one of your events. She also uses her prayers and support. Well, the coach, my buddy Doug, give our prayers again to Marion. I'm glad she's doing a little better. So hopefully we'll get her back on her feet and get her out there. Thank you guys for your thoughts. I appreciate it very much. All right. So, right, kids, I like this. Instagram, stopping kids under the age of 16 years old will no longer be allowed to live stream on Instagram without parent consent. That's good. I like that. Let's do it to all the other social media outlets as well. And churches. Whether you're going to church, we got Easter week. Big week to go out to the church. Praise God. We all know that you don't have to go to church to praise God, but a lot of people like doing it. Now, we're going to talk about one thing. Carol Brandolino is going to be my guest tomorrow, and where we're going to have her on, because yet we had most of, I don't know if you all know, but the Italian tradition that we have during Easter, a regular Easter, and what the festivities that we're going to have. And then we also had like the 10 stuff you're not supposed to do or say as being an Italian, the do's and don'ts. And Carol's going to do that tomorrow. She's going to let us know the difference between a regular Easter and Greek Easter. And then we're also going to say the do's and don'ts of being Greek. So she's going to help us out tomorrow with that. Looking forward to that on Twisted Tuesday tomorrow. But speaking of churches now, you go to church, put the money in the envelope, put it in the box, or you sit there and you wait for the guy to come with the basket and you put your money in the basket and blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what churches are doing now, ladies and gentlemen? A lot of people don't carry cash on them anymore. They're going to be doing this. Churches across the America will start to pass around credit card machines instead of the collection plate. You go to flea markets, they have those credit card things now. Some people don't have the cash. This will be a church. While you're sitting there, passing down credit card machines so you can put your card in and put your donation. Remember, there's still a tax on that, right? The tax on the credit card. You're better off just writing a check or just giving them cash if you still do that. Unbelievable. Credit card machines now. Is it crazy or what? There's Mary Grievous. Hi, Mary. I hope you're doing well. It's a bad idea. Yes. And Laura is doing fantastic. Thank you. She did her second day of rehab. She did Wednesday her first. She already had the rehab at home done. Now she's got to go for like 8 weeks to the one at the hospital. And she went Wednesday her first time, and this is one she went today. I think she does 25 minutes or whatever it is. But she is moving along. She's improved a hell of a lot more, a lot quicker than a lot of people thought. So now this is not only is she doing this as a rehab for her, but she's also doing as exercise because now she has to do this 3 days a week where they hook her up on the machine, and that's doing some sort of exercising. So she's doing fantastic. There you go, Kathy. Pay online. Now there's a better there you go. If you want to do it right, if you don't have the cash, pay online. Don't have the credit card machines come around now and Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm even sorry. I shouldn't even said that. Oh, sorry. I mean, holy cow, right? Nuts. Credit card machines now taking your money at churches. Why don't they you want to make some money? Why don't you put gaming in churches? Why not? In between, the communion and the handshakes and all that, put some cash in. Drop $1 in. See if you win anything. Isn't that nuts? Let's talk about a good company. Let's talk about Jack Vena Landscaping. Jack Vena Landscaping. That's right, folks. Get your spring cleanup schedule, mulching, fertilizing, weed control, plant design, service, and installation. They do it all. They've been servicing the North Shore for over 50 years. My good friend Tommy at 847-432-5266. That's Jack Vena Landscaping. Do it and do it right with them. And then, folks, let's get to another company that does it and does it right. My buddy Louis Pipes, some airtight windows. That's right. If you're looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Serving Chicagoland for 35 years, Do it right with Airtight windows. Call Louis Pipes at 708-785-5000 and tell them Tony O sent you, and find out where Louis Pipes is playing at. Check out Louis Pipes. Find out where you can see him perform in the Chicagoland area. All right. So interesting stuff, right? So much stuff we've been talking about and so much stuff we're having, and it's coming to the end of the hour. Let's get some other dates that we got coming up. Next Thursday, we'll be at Positano's in Oak Brook, the return of Jerry Jams and Lisa P. in Oak Brook. That's next Thursday. Next Saturday, we'll be at Norton's in Highland Park. The only performance we have there all year, one time this year, because I couldn't give Richie any more dates. And he wanted more, but he waited too long to get to me. So hopefully next year we'll get some more dates. But we'll be there the 26th of April. On the 27th, Ocean's Rat Pack of April, we'll be at Piazza in Naperville, Aurora area, to see Ocean's Rat Pack there. On the 30th, returning to Rosario's in Roselle with Double T. 2 shows in May in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Get that summer kicking off in May. May 21st, Wednesday night, we'll be at the Getaway at the French Country Inn. It's going to be a great night, me and Jerry Jams. And then the 25th of May on a Sunday will be Tony Ocean, the main event band at the Thirsty Parrot from 2 to 5 in the afternoon outside. Danny Ramundi and Double T Tony Toto. That's going to be a great show on the 25th on that Sunday outside the day before the holiday. We're excited about that. And now, folks, May 3rd, we were scheduled to do Osteria Capri in Downers Grove on May 3rd. Well, something happened over there again, so we had to move the date. Now we're going to be at Big Sammy's in Plainfield Saturday, May 3rd. Me and Double T Tony Toto at Big Sammy's in Plainfield on May 3rd. And don't forget the big Tony Ocean and Friends concert, Sunday, November 9th at the Des Plaines Theater, 3 o'clock show, oshows.com. It's got a lot of friends that you have not seen on a big screen, on a big stage. Not only will have the Tony Ocean, the main event band, we'll have my good friend John Guarini on keyboards performing some of his songs. Then we're also going to have Crystal Knievel will be joining us. Louis Pipes on the big stage. It's going to be Joe Catafio from Jade 50s. Lisa P., who hasn't been on the big stage with us. Of course, Jerry Jams, Tony Toto, Danny Ramundi, Daryl Armenstadt. So we'll be having more people added, but it's going to happen Sunday, November 9th, Tony Ocean and Friends at the Des Plaines Theater, oshows.com. All right, it is 1:01. Let's get right to birthdays for Monday, April 14th. Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes, of course. AEW celebrating a birthday. Not Cody, Dustin. Omar Sharif celebrating a birthday. Avery Shriver celebrating a birthday. Ed O'Neill from Married with Children, 78 years old. Tiny Tim, tiptoe through the tulips. David Letterman, 77 years old. Andy Garcia, 68. Tom Clancy, author. Vince Gill, country singer, 67 years old. Thomas Jefferson, former president of the United States, celebrating. Let's see, Ron Perlman, 74 years old. Al Green, Let's Stay Together, 78 years old. Ricky Schroeder, 54 years old. Birthdays at its finest, folks. It has come to the end of the hour. And now, let's not forget, on your calendar, write it down. Wednesday, May 7th, 5-year Tony Ocean celebration of Ocean's Pit. Live special remote, a 2-hour remote at the Village Tavern on Wise Road. It's going to happen from 6 to 8, 6 to 8, with my co-host, the return of Laura Ocean. Also, Carol Bandolino will be there. Sponsors, former guests, celebrities. It's going to be a big bash. And for the Ocean's Pit viewers for that night, we got free chicken fingers and French fries. The world famous Village Tavern chicken fingers. You guys know what I'm talking about. You got to get there early, get a table. It's going to be good. And I'm also going to give away some free cocktails to you lucky people out there to celebrate our 5-year Ocean's Pit celebration. Wednesday, May 7th, 6 to 8 o'clock, 2-hour live show, live at night. Come right from work. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, it is coming to the end of the hour. Don't forget, Bellanotte this Thursday, Chicago Prime this Friday and Saturday, Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy, 8:30 Saturday night in lovely St. Charles again. Let's thank our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Download the Ace Rewards app, easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place. Our good friends from Ace. So, guys, what am I going to say? Again, thank you for spending Monday afternoon with me. I'm going to do some fishing about 2:30, and then we're going to take my good buddy Jeff out for his before he takes off on his road trip. But anyway, tomorrow, Twisted Tuesday. Wednesday, Jeff Hunt will be joining us talking about the backstage working for Seventh Heaven. So it's going to be kind of cool to get the insight on some of that stuff. Thursday, of course, Carol Brandolino comes back as well. And Friday, we got a special guest coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. So wait to see that one's going to be good. Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to one another. It's a crazy world out there. That's all we can do is be kind. Peace and love, Ringo Starr says, because we need it in our lives more than ever. God bless to every single one of you and your family and friends. Happy Easter week. God bless you all. Nick, take us out. See you tomorrow. Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. Bye-bye. See you later.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from town.